Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Thursday, the 6th of February 2025. So we'll start off with the synoptic situation then. So this was, as of midnight last night, we're basically sat in a very high 1044 ridge of high pressure, centered pretty well over Manchester, I guess. Leaving with the very slack easterly winds throughout the day, but pretty fine weather once we can get rid of this mist that we've got outside the window at the moment. If I run this through to midday today, you'll see the high pressure is moving slowly off towards Scandinavia, and we're still really left in this easterly flow. But the beauty about it, of course, is keeping all these frontal systems. Look at the strong winds they've got associated with that low over there. Because there's a big difference between 973 and 1047 over about 500 600 miles there. So if we look at the weather, the cloud radar, then weather radar, we can see that it worked pretty well. Nice, clear all day throughout here. So this is just running it forwards. It's a lot of cloud over the Europe, but that's not going to affect us today. Because of that, there's absolutely no rain for us to be concerned with about today. So both on the actual rain and predicted rain forecast from the Met Office, we're going to be clear of rain all day, which is going to be lovely. Okay, so Odium METAR, they're showing it's saying 2 knots from the west at the moment, broken clouds at 100 feet, which is a freezing fog, which is we pretty well got outside the window at the moment. And their TAF is showing that it's going to become northeasterly, broken clouds at freezing fog initially, but becoming few clouds at 1,500 feet later on. But the big issue really is going to be this freezing fog. And they're saying later from 12 o'clock till 9 o'clock tonight, scattered clouds at 2,000. So it's an improving situation once the fog has gone. And if I run the Farnborough, it's similar at the moment, 3 knots from the southwest, but becoming 6 knots from the northeast, few clouds at 2,500 feet, but temporarily between 9 and 10. Broken cloud at 100 feet, and it's this freezing fog that we have outside the window at the moment. The spot winds, though, the upper winds are easterly 20 knots, so the winds are very strong aloft, even though they're calm on the ground. And wind is showing us 6 knots from the northeast at the moment. If I run that through to not quite that far, perhaps 11 o'clock, 7 knots from the northeast. So we're going to be a gentle northeasterly breeze throughout the day. Local forecast is giving us northeasterly 7 knots wind, nice and clear up until about 1 o'clock, and then maybe some scattered cumulus. Don't get too excited about that. He said that yesterday, and the only things that were soaring were the red kites. However, I have just highlighted the gusts. I'm not quite sure why they're talking about 23, 24 knot gusts of wind later on today. From what I can see, there's no reason why that should be there, but most of the models are saying that, so I'm just highlighting that at the moment. GFS is giving us a max temperature today of 7 with a dew point down at about 2. If you're outside the window, so this was as of just before 8 o'clock, if I just run that through, you notice the difference? It's got slightly worse. So this freezing fog is only about 300 or 400 feet, but it's obviously sufficiently dense enough that we can't do anything at the moment. So we're going to have to wait for that to clear. Actual temperature at the moment outside is -3 with a dew point down at, sorry, -0.3 with a dew point down at -2, and a light northerly breeze, it's saying. Okay, so if I go to top meteo, then this is predicted thermals for later. So this is 12 o'clock. They're giving some weak thermals around about 2,000 feet, thereabouts. I've run this through to 2 o'clock, maybe even to about 2,500 feet, 2,600 feet, perhaps a bit of Q down in Kent, that sort of area, but we're going to be pretty well blue here. And top sky sight sort of duplicates that. It's got this low freezing fog, as you can see initially, and then it's clearing around about 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's going to rise quite nicely. Thermals to about 2,000 feet. It's indicating clear above and a nice little clear patch in the middle, with the wind 6 knots, about 0.65, 0.70 throughout the day. But again, skies are talking about maybe gusts 18 knots or so. So 21 knots later on today, but not at the moment. And if I run the SkySight cross section, it's pretty similar. There's all the low fog clearing around about 11:30, and then some weak thermals with cloud base around about 2,200 feet thereabouts, and then coming back very poor later on this afternoon. So no TAMs today. I shall just mention the local ones. 24 is the RAT, UAS only at Oakhanger. That's surface to 2,600 feet. 27 is live firing at Winchester, surface to 1,100 feet. 31 and 32 are both associated with ash ranges. One saying it's surface to 850, one says surface to 1,100 feet. So that's danger area 132 is active today. 33 is flare firing at Camberley. That's going to be this evening. 34 is live firing at Sandhurst, surface to 1,200 feet. 35 is a RAT, UAS only again, surface to 2,400 feet at Burfield. And 36 is a RAT, UAS only at Welford, surface to 2,600 feet. So if I run through to the operational setup for today then. Here's the cross-section from Odium. So this is the problem we got at the moment. Freezing fog, basically, sat on the ground to maybe about 10 o'clock. And then it's going to clear nicely. Cumulus to about 2,000 feet thereabouts. A little bit of soaring, perhaps. The wind, gentle northeasterly breeze throughout the day, and warnings of fog. Okay, today then, we've got two movements, unfortunately, two heavy jet movements. There's an A319 departing at 12:30 local and a 727 departing at 2 o'clock local. Otherwise, it's going to be a clear day once this freezing fog has cleared, possibly thermals for a few hours this afternoon. The grass is still very wet on the south side of the airfield. Be careful with any wheel brake use on the grass, please. It was really good yesterday. The guys were clearly running a lot further down the field, but they weren't using the wheel brake. And honestly, these K21 wheel brakes and the weight of the K21, they just produce very deep ruts, which is very difficult to get rid of. So thanks. I don't know what thing is. I've obviously left that out there. Still very wet on the far side of the airfield. And I've just had a request about 10 minutes ago from Colin in the workshop. Could I have a couple of guys go down to help him rig a K21 straight after this briefing, please? The doors are open in the workshop. Just walk in. He's expecting you. And also, the last flight of the day yesterday, there was a possible problem with SH8 release being a problem. So when you get the glides out this morning, could a couple of you just walk SH8 into the workshop, and Colin will have a quick look at that. Hopefully it won't take long to sort out. We have a K21 on the booking system with an instructor and student. He's going to be busy all day. We have a K21 by club members, a K13 booked by club members, K21 booked for 2-year checks later on, and remaining two-seaters are available for the casual list, and all other two-seaters are free. All single-seaters are booked except SH2. So we're going to set up on 09, north side for winching because of the the slight north in the wind, south side for aerotow. A takeoff on the runway, land on the grass north and south. Watch out for misting canopies, which become a big problem yesterday. And with the freezing, the temperatures we're going to have today, it could easily be a problem today. So we need to be very careful about them. If you can't clean the canopies at the hangar as part of the DI, we have cleaning kit out at the launch point. Once over that, and it does tend to sort it out for the day. Sunset just after 5 o'clock today. General reminder about the buggies and the simulator as per usual. So we will get set up first thing. We need to be ready because this jet movement is going to be a major pain later on. So we need to be ready as soon as we can. We'll be on 09, winching on the north side, cables down the side of the runway, aerotowing on the south side, landing north or south grass. That's absolutely fine. And be careful about the cross runways in the very, very damp south end of the field. Okay, that's it for now. Fly safe today. Jordan's going to be helping me today because at some time today, hopefully, I'm going to be doing a motor glider flight for an AOC, one of our members. And while I do that, Jordan will just carry on running the field. But otherwise, I'll get everything set up and I'll see you out there shortly. Bye.